The deadline is now 8 days for former President Donald Trump and his 18 co-defendants to turn themselves in. This morning, we have a clearer picture of a potential trial timeline in Fulton County's election interference case. Liza Lucas joining us live from the Fulton County Jail. Liza, the DA really wants to be in court by March.
Yes, she is definitely pushing for that speedy trial and forging ahead with that plan, anticipating for that March date, as you mentioned, trying to keep her word to get this all underway in 6 months, with arraignments expected to be the first week of September 5th. But experts we spoke with, they're also questioning some of that timeline and how likely that is to play out.
DA Fani Willis eyeing March 4th as a trial date for her case against former President Donald Trump and the 18 co-defendants. The timing just 8 days before Georgia's presidential primary, a timing which political science professor Andra Gillespie believes the Trump campaign will use to rally their base.
I expect that Donald Trump is going to use this as evidence of the politicization of this prosecution and say that Fani Willis is purposely trying to set this particular date to prevent him from campaigning.
In her filing, Willis says that she took into account Trump's other pending criminal and civil matters, and these dates do not conflict with already scheduled hearings and trial dates in those cases. Should a judge accept the proposed trial date, Trump will begin his trial in the Georgia case with the Republican presidential nominating process well underway. Super Tuesday, when voters in more than a dozen states go to the polls, is set for March 5th. But criminal defense attorney Meg Strickler among those in the legal community who question such a timeline. With more motions from defendants expected, Strickler believes 6 months to trial is not likely.
Has anybody ever met a trial going initially? Find me one. I think it's a never. And we know these defendants are not going to file speedy trials. So I will lay a bet now that it is not 6 months from now.
All right, we'll see on the timeline there, Liza, but we're also tracking another motion that comes from Mr. Trump's former chief of staff, Mark Meadows. He's now made that formal request to move the case to federal court, would broaden a jury pool and keep cameras out of the courtroom. Where does that stand this morning?
Yes, Cheryl, well, tracking these motions, that's going to be a fluid process as this all unfolds. But we did learn last night that a federal judge has set an August 28th hearing for Meadows' team to present evidence around that request to move the case out of Fulton County to federal courts. Now, DA Fani Willis, she too has a little bit of a deadline in that regard. She must submit her response to that request by next Wednesday. Sending it back to you.
All right, so much happening, Liza. Thank you.